No.
Richie can also he can play out right also. Rich
Anthony is a very solid right winger. I will say that. But
here's the thing. Do you think it's Anthony or Rafinha?
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, my guy. Okay, he gets one glory moment in a Champions League, all right? This is Match Week. You are joined by myself, Ardi Emini. We discuss everything soccer from the highs and the lows in the sporting week to the news that is relevant to you. Welcome back. You are listening top of the hour on WMSC Upper Montclair. And this is Match Week. Guys, we have a different crew than usual. So here at the radio station, we have something called an ADJ program where people can learn a certain skill set to somewhat be able to close to be like me. I know I'm superior to everybody. Shout out to no other shows. We are the top dog. But all jokes aside, we have two ADJs with me here. If you guys don't mind, just introduce yourself here on air.
My name is Thomas.
My name is Steven.
What's up, boys? What's up, boys? Now, there's a lot that has happened this week in the sport, even though we've only had international friendlies that you can only see on Fubo TV. Has anyone ever heard of a Fubo? I didn't hear about Fubo TV until the other day.
Nope.
Exactly. It's just ridiculous. I don't understand why. It's just stupid, bro. Stupid. But we're going to move on, talk about a whole bunch of other stuff that's happened on the weekend, like the Sidemen Charity Match. I know that's not considered real football to a lot of people, but when you're able to run an event and raise over, $1.02 million pounds, so they probably hit like $1.5 million in charity. So what do we think about that, guys?
I think it's awesome for the I think it's for the kids or
they had like 4 different charities. So it was like for children struggling with cancer. They had M7 education, and a plethora of other like charities going on. So it wasn't like it was just like for only one. They had it set up for like 4 different charities.
No, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Because they bring it's like the Avengers of like YouTube and like TikTok, like all of them, the Sidemen as well. It's just like everyone's gonna watch that.
Yeah, 100%, without a doubt. And let's go over some of like the highlights of the game, right? So within the first 20 seconds, KSI just dropped by speed. That's probably that just sums up the event for you right there. Just like craziness.
That was the best moment in the game.
That's the best.
I think it was the best moment. I think once they got speed, that event like just blew up.
There's like a plethora of memes I saw on TikTok right after.
Oh my god, man!
It was just insane.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't even like it was just like a Joe Schmo type game. Like there was actually some filthy goals scored. Yeah. I mean, Vicstar, come on, from open play, the most like awkward looking, clunkiest guy on the ball you'll ever see, somehow slide it bottom left on a keeper.
Well, you can't really call Cal the Dragon a keeper. He's not that good.
Hey. We give credit where credit is due.
He was 6 yards off his line every single time.
Yeah, that's how Simon slided past it.
Chunk school.
Oh my god, yeah. Within the first 2 minutes, it's so weird to explain because it was sort of like he like chipped the ball but lobbed it at the same time. Like it was just like perfect placement, as if he was pinging the ball across field like into the top left.
No, it was a beautiful goal.
I think Philly's goal was better than that.
Philly's,
I think it was like upper corner.
Crazy though. Like that's an insane. Like that's a goal you don't expect to go in from his position. Meanwhile, like Chunks took a lot of like technique in order for that to go in. Yeah. But Philly's was just like sensational. I agree with you on that part. But then we had the 88th minute goal from Simon for them to win it.
Yeah.
And Theo Baker choking a free kick as per usual. But I mean, the event was just full of fun stuff. Like Mr. Beast was playing.
Oh yeah,
that's something crazy right there. Mr. Beast, you had a whole bunch of his guys. We had Will and E and all of them with the Will and E with the GoPro. I can't wait for that footage to come out. We had Nico Omalana, like probably the biggest meme on the internet. Yeah. The guy who snuck into KSI's event dressed up as a Prime bottle. No, yeah. Like guy, I'm surprised he didn't do more to like mess with that event as well, the Sidemen Charity Match.
No, he's really funny, Nico.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But then let's see, we have that.
Oh, Speed's offside goal.
They
should have counted it.
Dude, like, did no one explain to him like what the offsides rule is?
People said he's like offside like the majority of the game.
They said he was offsides for 18 minutes. 18 minutes he spent offside.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. I want to make sure we don't skip over anything.
Did you see the pregame like talk in the locker room about how like they were like saying that Mark Goldbridge was like the manager of Man United?
Yeah.
Bro, and Speed was like believing all of it, and it was the funniest thing ever.
He's so gullible, bro. And they tried convincing the HP with the sauce, Harry Panero. They tried convincing him that like he was an ex-Man United player. Like, yeah, I retired 4 years ago, bro.
Yeah, and he said his name was Paul Pogba.
Oh my god, man! What a gullible character Speed is. That's actually something funny because like Speed's like one of the first people on like YouTube, for example, who's made most of his subscribers just off of streaming only. Like he doesn't really have like a YouTube like channel of sorts where it's like highly produced videos. It's like just streamer. He's just straight up streamer, nothing else, just only streams.
And like people are saying he's making like it's like soccer popular again in like United States of America. You know?
Well, I mean, it's just I would say within the casuals, yes, because it's been on an uptick for a long time. But to the casual kid who's like sitting down and like wants to talk about his Wednesday waiter, you know, like that's like Speed talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, Sui, like it's just memes that like the meme culture is really what's pushing it as well.
No, yeah, definitely. I referee in the weekends, right? So I referee like little kids, and then the amount of time you hear Sui, or you know RECs right now, you know, it's like it's crazy, like. Yeah,
I remember because in the winter when it first broke, I was coaching my 07-08 boys for futsal, and they were just like, "Hey, coach, did you hear about Cristiano Ronaldo hitting the Sui?" I was like, at first I know it was meme. I was like, if I ever hear you say that again, like you'll not play for the rest of the season. I don't care. Like I don't know where this disrespect is coming from. We just need to cut it out now.
Yeah.
But now I'm sort of like in the meme culture. I feel like such a grandpa at times. Like, you know, back in my day, you know, like I now like things are clicking with me. Like I feel like I'm not like in touch anymore. Like it's just crazy. But moving on from Sidemen Charity Match, shout out to the Sidemen doing a great job for charity, putting on an awesome event. Maybe another one next year. Who knows? Moving on from the Sidemen Charity Match. International break has been a bit of an iffy situation because there hasn't really been like that many good games over the break. It's been a lot of like here or there type ordeals, and it's been a lot of like teams just testing out stuff. So did you guys notice anything over the international break that was like, okay, I can see what they're doing here, but it's not really going to hit that well?
The U.S. does not look that good.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. So with who they called up and with what they're testing out, I can see how people can think that. But this is probably going to be the best chance we've had in a while to make it somewhere in the World Cup since, 2014 when we had that, like, granted, everyone in that team was, like, 30 plus, but when you have, like, Clint Dempsey and everyone's still in their prime. But now it's just a whole bunch of young kids. It's an exciting time because we have players like Anthony Robinson, left back at Fulham. You have Brendan Aronson at Leeds just killing it. You have Tyler Adams, Christian Pulisic, who's been struggling at Chelsea a bit, but still solid. Giovanni Reina, Josh Sargent. Trying to think of players off the top of my head.
Weston
McKennie at Juve.
Musa, he got injured, I'm pretty sure. Musa.
Oh, yeah.
That was sad. Yeah, because that kid's nice.
He is. So here's the, I wouldn't be too worried about the national team. I think they're going to do well. It's just a matter of time of just figuring out the right way to play them because you have a lot of it's just a lot of young guys. Like I think the oldest person that's getting called up for them is Tim Ream, and even so, Tim Ream's like I would say a half decent Premier League defender. Like he's not great, but you know he's half decent. I'll take him.
I definitely think Brazil is taking it all for the World Cup.
Brazil taking it all? I don't know, man. Because you have Brazil, you have France, Argentina's still within a shout. Even though they don't deserve it, they're still within a shout. And then I wouldn't say Germany. Maybe I feel like Netherlands is a dark horse. Belgium is just choke FC at this point on the international stage. Portugal's still a great shout though, because you know like Wolves are still gonna do great in the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the joke I did there. Yeah, exactly. So shout out to Maz. That's his favorite team, Wolves, obviously because he's Portuguese. But Wolves is basically Portugal FC. We've established on the show multiple times. which is the crazy part. Now, for the World Cup, where are you guys going to be watching it? Because it is from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. Those are when the times are for the games.
I'm waking up early for that.
You're waking up early, but are you going to be like in the middle of lecture, be like, professor, something came up. I'm so sorry. I have to leave.
Definitely.
We were just joking about it last week. We had one of the professors here. His name's Jaime Grimberg. What a great guy. One of the best guests we had on in a while. And he was just saying, I'm a professor and everything. And, I can't confirm or deny everything. But if the World Cup's on and I'm teaching, you're gonna be randomly seeing my laptop open, just because I'll have a little earpiece in and I won't be saying why, but just might be a possibility. Just something that just shows the brevity and the pull that the World Cup has, right? Of just influencing an audience.
Did you see the Colombia game against Mexico?
Yeah, I did. Mexico, it's a little weird because we talked about it last week. Mexico's just, they're going through more managers than Watford ever did in the Prem. It's crazy how every 2 weeks it's oh yeah, someone new. Nope, someone new. It's just how do you expect to put a contending squad in when you have different managers with different preferences, where they'll go from only calling up Liga MX players to finally thinking oh wait, we actually do need Irving Lozano in our lineup. It's a really, really hectic part over there with Mexico. And well, here's the thing, right? What do we think of most of these South American / Central American teams going into the World Cup? Remember, no dead air, boys. So make sure we're talking.
Ecuador, I don't think they're going far.
Here's the thing, I want to be able to say stuff like that, but when it comes to the World Cup, it means everything to everybody, right? So you can't just say a team is out of it because when it comes to the World Cup, you had teams when it was Africa in 2010, some of the teams in the host country were just going off, even though they had no right to. Russia in 2018, Russia's team was not that good, but yeah, they made it to the semifinal. Or it was when the World Cup was in Japan, Japan made it to the semis. So you can't really just underestimate it on that part, but I can't understand your point of maybe the team's not as solid as it can be.
Definitely, yeah. But I was looking at what do you call it? I think it was the Argentina game last night against I think it was Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Jamaica, yeah. Messi is popping off. Man. I'm not a Messi fan. I'm a Ronaldo fan, but
thank God.
Messi is just, I don't know. He's just at a different level right now.
You know what it is? I think because of how he had such a bad last season, that he's just, and plus it's World Cup, so I think he's just not messing about anymore, and rightfully so. I give credit where credit's due. For someone who's the second best of all time, you gotta just give them the respect,
Definitely, yeah.
It's Messi's last World Cup. He has to go off.
Well, that's the thing. I want to say that, but with someone like him. He can actually no, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say he can sort of get away with just standing, just basically not being as mobile in the game. But that's sort of what accredits him to being a great player is his mobility and the way he's able to move on the ball. Because he's not like an athlete like Ronaldo, right? Ronaldo's taking care of himself to the point where he's still able to play at 38 years old, right? So I feel like this is gonna be an interesting one. Because Argentina has a solid team now with you having Lisandro Martinez in the back line. Also with Portugal now. Portugal finally bringing in a solid team. It's just a point of whether either of those teams can mesh well.
Definitely, yeah. But Argentina have a really solid squad. Did you see the memes? It's Messi gets pushed down, and then all the Argentina squad just comes towards.
It's like a little gang, bro.
Little gang, yeah.
They mess with Messi. It's yo, what's good, bro?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's no longer Bloods or Crips. It's just Messi or Ronaldo. That's how they decide gangs from now on in America.
Yeah. South America is definitely I think they have a really decent chance this year. For the World Cup.
Because you have Brazil, you have Argentina. Did Colombia make it? Colombia made it, right? No, Colombia didn't make it.
Colombia.
That hurts. Ecuador. Chile didn't make it, right? No Chile.
The fourth team is Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay. Yeah. Here's the thing. With them, it's going to depend on how they can because here's the thing, right? The top 3 attackers you think of when it comes to Uruguay is Darwin Nunez, Luis Suarez, and Edison Cavani.
Yeah.
Nunez is obviously young. You can throw him around in and out of position, just have him be a bit part player in a sense. But then how do you get performances out of an aging, like basically they're close to the retirement home.
Oh, yeah.
All jokes aside, is Edison Cavani and Luis Suarez. Because
Valverde.
Yeah, Valverde. Of course, Valverde's gonna do all the dirty work, but
thing is, Ronaldo Araujo. I'm not a Real Madrid fan, but he's a really good defender. He's a really good defender. I'm not gonna. He got injured though.
On this show, we have a joke calling him Ray J because every time I have a Hispanic guest on, they always make fun of how I say Araujo. So I just call him Ray J. That's his name now.
They call him the Rock. The Rock.
Yeah, in his dreams, he's more like a pebble. No, but I mean that's a player that you have to really watch out for when it comes to the international scene because he has been spectacular for Barcelona. Like that's like one of the few purchases they've had where it's like, oh wow, like good buy, not like, oh yeah, wow, like way to just waste your money away, like 130 million on Coutinho, 140 million on Griezmann, waste of money.
No, but I think Uruguay definitely they still have a good chance even with Araujo injured.
Well, I mean they still have young players like Palestri. Who's been in and out of the United team, been on loan. Like, that's someone where you need youth in the World Cup who's going to be helpful, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of who else they have with...
Muslera. I mean, I don't know.
Muslera's goalie. Yeah. But he's always a solid goalie.
Oh, yeah.
Played in Turkey. He's always solid in the Champions League, so I wouldn't be worried about him.
I know they have some, good players, but they can't come to my head.
Yeah, Suarez, the right back.
Yeah.
Who plays in La Liga. I forgot what team he plays for. Getafe? No, not Getafe.
No.
It's one of those teams with the blue and white kits, but they look weird.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those Macron kits or something. I know what team that is.
Definitely solid team though. Solid team for the World Cup.
I mean, let's think. So for international managers, I think we all can agree that Gareth Southgate is the worst of them, right? The man right now has the golden generation of England.
Yeah.
Probably the most I would say golden, but it's the most team cohesive it's ever been. Because prior to that, when you had your Rio Ferdinands, your Wayne Rooneys, your Gerrards, Lampards, John Terrys, Ashley Coles, etc., it was a broken up locker room of cliques of certain okay, we're the United players, you're the Liverpool players, and you're the Chelsea players. Now it's a way more cohesive locker room. With, I wouldn't say the exact same quality because no one's better than the king himself, Wayne Rooney. But we have a solid group here that can potentially. I mean, they showed it in the Euros. In the Euros, they showed in the 2 games they decided to score a legitimate decent amount of goals. That oh wow, we're actually a threatening side.
I just think it's sort of becoming of a trend of just golden generations for England. I believe back I don't remember when, but they just had David Beckham, I believe.
Well, that's what I was talking about prior, right? With Rio Ferdinand and all of them.
And they just don't come out with an outcome of a trophy or anything.
Well, yeah, with that one, like I just said, it's that one there was no team cohesion. When you have Joe Cole, Wayne Rooney, and then who was the left mid at the time? I'm trying to remember.
I'm not sure if it was I don't want to say him, but I'm not sure. No,
well, okay, so let's just say that they played a front 2 of Rooney and Alan Shearer. They probably didn't. No, okay, this is how we'll do it. Let's say it was a front 2 of Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney, right? Michael Owen at the time is a Liverpool starlet, known to be a Liverpool player, and then Wayne Rooney's a up and coming Manchester United player. In that current moment of time for that team, they were very much of their club first, country second. That's where their pride was. Definitely. So if they're with England, they would not care about how they saw themselves on the country level because they were oh, I'm with these Liverpool players. Why do I care less? Oh, I'm with the Chelsea team. They're garbage in comparison to my team. Why would I care about playing with them? So it was just those rivalries that really tore that locker room apart. Whereas this time, it's a mix of... because... I wouldn't say it's horrendous personnel, but when you keep calling up Harry Maguire, there's a problem. But then again, every single time Maguire's at the international stage, he's always doing something right. So then, as granted, in Southgate's defense, in a sense, where where do you sort of go in that regard? Do you risk it with a John Stones, Tamori, and Mark Gahey back line, or do you put trust in Harry Maguire?
If I'm not mistaken, I think John Stones got injured.
He did get injured just recently.
So
yes.
I would go with Tamori. Tamori in.
Yeah, Tamori in. Well, I would think Tamori was in, but it's just then again, is he giving him enough minutes? Like, he's getting the call up, but like, is he getting enough minutes? Like, he's clearly showing in the Serie A why he's one of the most dominant defenders.
I just think there needs to be a change in the system, and I don't know.
Because then you also have the issue of them having 4-5 right backs that can call up, right? Because you have Kyle Walker, you have Trent Alexander-Arnold, you have Reece James, and you have Kieran Trippier. Now, granted, Trippier could sort of be like a left back cover option, which means sorry, James, Justin, and Luke Shaw. I mean, I love Luke Shaw, but I don't know what's been up with him lately. But then that's the thing, because I think Kyle Walker needs to be called up because he's your right back and your center back option cover. For Reece James, he can cover center back. He can be a right wing back. He can cover the central midfielder. Like, he is an all around player. And then you have Trent. Like, for me, it's iffy with Trent because I think Trent is good. Ball at his feet, passing, phenomenal. Defensively, he lacks a bit. But that's where I would see Trent more so as maybe midfield coverage than actual defensive coverage.
No, yeah. Trent, I mean, he has a creativity, and I think that's what England needs right now, the creativity, definitely, because they just, I don't know, they haven't been scoring, like, goals. Well,
because they play a 5-2-3. They usually have really Bellingham and Rice. But I don't think just Bellingham and Rice alone is going to be enough for that midfield. Or even a Calvin Phillips and a Rice is not going to just be enough. You need that third person in there to break some play up.
No, I liked. I think England in 2018 World Cup. Sterling, I think it was Kane was up top, and
Hey, you're forgetting the missing piece to the puzzle. One of the main starters.
What was that?
I'm gonna show you right now. You ready?
Jesse Lingard.
Jay Ling's my guy.
No, yeah,
Jay Kings, bro.
No, yeah, definitely. Jesse, if Jesse was in the Euros, they would have won it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I was saying that. I was saying that the whole time.
100%.
They needed Jesse.
No one understands how much I love Jesse Lingard, bro. What a guy.
He's a good guy. Good guy.
Oh man. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, at Nottingham, if he had hit the ground running at Nottingham Forest, I think he would have been in and shout for an England call up. But also because you have all this young talent out, because you have the options of calling up Sancho, Rashford, Sterling, Kane, Ivan Toney, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Harvey Barnes, like
James Maddison.
James Maddison. Who do you choose? You know,
they're talking about James Maddison. He's okay.
I think his only issue has been he's been suffering from injuries.
No, yeah.
And the fact that Brendan Rodgers is not a good manager, to be perfectly honest. I just don't think he's good enough for Leicester. We talk about this time and time again in the show. Everyone's like, oh no, Brendan's good enough. Really, where's Leicester right now? When you have to rely on Brendan Rodgers to be creative and fix the team, where are they now?
Danny Ward's the best goalkeeper right now.
Yeah, but that's another thing. You can't just let go of Kasper Schmeichel and think like everything's gonna be
ridiculous. When I saw that, I was like it's crazy.
Man's helped win you a Premier League. And you're gonna be like, yeah, nah, we're good.
So I'm like, who are you guys gonna replace him with?
Yeah, like
they're not gonna replace him.
You're telling me you couldn't go for a Dean Henderson on loan?
No, yeah,
you're telling me you couldn't go for one of these like young goalkeepers that these top clubs that want minutes? Like that's why I don't get either. Like don't get me wrong, like Danny Ward's a professional. Like he's decent, but he's not that can start week in and week out for you Premier League player. Like he showed why he couldn't do that at Crystal Palace.
Especially with the defense he has now. It's very, very. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they lost Fofana. They didn't really get any coverage for them.
I think they have the worst defense in the league.
Because they. Well, what do you expect them to do?
No, yeah.
Like, they can't do anything.
They were a solid team back then, but right now they're just. I think they need to get a new manager and just new players.
Yeah, I agree with you on that part.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go through who was recently called up. So we have Nick Pope in goal, obviously. Kyle Walker, Eric Dyer, Harry Maguire, Reece James, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Ramsdale, Henderson, Trippier, Shaw, Cody, Tamori, Trent, James Ward-Prowse, Jared Bowen, Jack Grealish, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham.
It's solid. They have the players. All those players.
Tammy Abraham over like Ivan Toney. I don't know.
That's well. Here's the thing.
Tammy Abraham.
I think Tony is slightly better.
I don't know, dude. That's the thing. I'm like, because Ivan Toney's been sensational in the Prem, but then Tammy's been doing it for a whole season at Roma, and he's continuing his form in this next season as well.
It's been at Chelsea.
Well, Chelsea, he was. I think the issue with him at Chelsea was that he just didn't suit the managers that were there. Like he's not a Lampard player. Like he is a Mourinho player through and through.
Oh yeah.
Like you put him in a Mourinho team and he'll be successul.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I think Tammy's my man. Tammy's my man. I take him over any. I don't know. I'll put him up there with Harry Kane.
I don't know, because Ivan Toney I think deserves a shout too, because he's really versatile in that front line. Also, he's versatile in his skill set, like just as like Harry Kane. He can pass the ball. He can take a free kick. He's phenomenal in the air. His shot is on point.
No, definitely. I just think it comes to experience. I guess I don't know. I feel like Tammy just been playing more. He's been more involved with the England squad.
I can't believe Tony hasn't gotten a move away from Brentford yet.
No, yeah.
Well, I think here's the thing: that Supernova season he had in the championship, people wanted to wait till the next season, see how he did. He had a half and half season just because he had to take himself out of the game so much because he had to cover for the deficiencies with players getting injured and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then plus when Eriksson came in a little later in the season, it helped him out big time.
Yep.
And then now this season, you're sort of seeing like what happens when you have a whole team supporting somebody.
Yeah.
And it's also the issue of where would he go if he was to leave, right?
No, that's true.
Like, where does he fit in at certain clubs? Because at Premier League club, I don't see him fitting in a lot of places.
No, yeah.
Like, maybe a United, but I wouldn't want him to risk his career. Like, I'm a Manchester United fan through and through. Yeah. I love Manchester United, but that's a huge risk right there for your career.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Chelsea, they could use a striker, but don't you dare get the number 9 shirt. That's cursed. Don't cursed. Get like 99 or get something. Just don't get the number 9 shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Arsenal has Gabby Jesus. Gabby Jesus has been clear this season.
Yeah, they don't need a striker anymore.
I mean, Man City, they have Haaland and Julian Alvarez to go to if they want to. Like, do we think Haaland's gonna? First off, on match week, we made predictions here that Haaland's guaranteed 17 to 20 plus goal season.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, he is.
Do we think he's gonna break? Like, I've had people tell me he's gonna break 40. I don't know whether that one.
He may get like 30, 35, but I don't think he's going to hit 40.
Because, like, do you think he can keep getting, like, back-to-back hat tricks week in, week out? Like,
I think it's possible. But I think he can hit the 30 mark, definitely.
Oh, yeah, the 30. Yeah.
But 40 is just very, like...
Here's the thing. If he keeps his form up and he plays every single game and gets at least a goal a game...
Yeah.
Because think about it. He's gotten, what, 12 goals in only 8 games?
No, yeah, that's ridiculous.
If I'm mistaken, you could double check me, fact check me if I'm wrong. I like to be fact checked because sometimes I throw out random numbers and I'm like 100% off the mark. But
the thing is, there's injuries. I just like he got injured last season with Borussia Dortmund.
I was talking about this, people. I think those injuries with Dortmund last year were like him exaggerating it to make sure he didn't get injured for City. I think it was just him trying to take care of himself because he couldn't care less about breaking the goal record in the Bundesliga. Because he played 28 games and scored 25 goals in the Bundesliga.
Yeah. I think it wasn't only that, though. I mean, Norway... I don't know. I watched Norway. If Norway had Haaland at that time as well, they would have won to the World Cup. Definitely as well.
Agreed 100%.
No, yeah. And then Borussia with the Champions League, I don't know. They needed help as well.
I mean, Borussia Dortmund, there's something with the physios because they go from them signing like 12 players to replace players that left and to replace injuries to having 9 players already injured in the beginning of the season.
Oh, yeah.
What's the stat?
He has 11 goals in 7 appearances.
Yeah, exactly. Just to do that math, hold on. So, 11 out of 7. So then if we were to do that times 38 and divide that by 7.
He has 5 goals over
Here's the thing. If he keeps up this form, he will hit 58 goals by the end of the season. If he plays all 38 games, if he keeps up this goal scoring form, the math has showed that he'll be expected to score 58 goals.
That's crazy.
He's gonna slow down. I don't think he's gonna keep it up.
I don't know. I think it's
gonna.
I think it depends because I think after he plays every team once, I think they're all gonna figure out sort of like, oh, how do we mark Haaland out of the game? Whereas they might still lose the City because they obviously have talent surrounding Haaland that they'll score. But I think it might slow down his scoring tally. But if he comes up against a Bournemouth again, he better be getting like 9 goals. Then.
You can't even really mark him because if like he literally sits right in front of the net, and if that ball deflects right off the keeper, he's gonna.
Well, I don't think he only does that. I think the reason why he's able to score so well, that he can go from running in the ball and taking a shot to getting it in the air.
Yes.
He knows how to find the right space in his off the ball movement. He's not someone that can be sort of underrated in that regard.
No, yeah, I don't think he's gonna slow down. He has no World Cup to look forward to. He's gonna he just rest, you know.
He's not gonna play all.
He's gonna come back from international break.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when international break comes to the World Cup, he's not playing.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna have that month off. Yeah. So he's gonna be like, yeah, you keep training though. No, you you go to the training ground every day. You get your work done while they're on break, please. Thank you.
Oh yeah. No, he's not gonna slow down. I don't see it. I just think he might get injured, but he's not gonna slow down. I don't know. As long as he plays up top, it's constant goals. Even 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter how long he plays. He's gonna get at least like one shot off. It's just, I don't know, guaranteed goal up there.
Here's my question. So when it comes to the England team, who do we think is like close to being called up? That should be, but like that's close to getting there.
Close to getting called up. That's difficult.
Ivan Toney. I really think he should be called up.
I agree with you, but then it's just like, over who, you know?
They had a lot of midfielders in the list you just said. There's a lot of midfielders. You could definitely replace one of those midfielders with another striker.
Honestly, the only person who you can maybe replace on this list that I'm looking at. Here's the thing: if you swap out players like, I can't say Eric Dyer because he's been class for.
No, he's been pretty good.
He's been pretty good for Tottenham this season.
James Ward-Prowse. What about him? Dead
ball specialist though. That's someone like.
That's like the only
It's a good midfielder.
Yeah, but is he gonna start?
He's not gonna.
He's
reliable.
He's reliable. He's gonna be one of those
I think that's like
options.
the good thing about him. He's just reliable. You know.
I mean, but then you also have players like Mount, who hasn't been performing that well this season.
Who?
Mason Mount. You got Jack Grealish.
He wasn't called up, isn't?
No, he was, but then again, like he's had an off season, so like, where do we expect him to really be?
I think he could perform. Can't rule him out.
I think the one person. I think there's a few players that we can sort of talk about real quick. I made a little list before the show. Sancho and Rashford. I think it's a hot topic. Do we see them getting
Rashford? I don't know about Sancho.
You don't know. Wait, I think it's the opposite around people. Opposite way. I think people are like, yeah, Sancho's clear. Rashford maybe. You're the first person I've heard do it vice versa.
Well, Rashford's been pretty hot lately.
Exactly.
He has been. So has Sancho
has
though.
Been as well.
Yeah.
But I think unfortunately it's because United hasn't played a Premier League game in 24 days because of like random postponements and RIP and Queen Lizzie. We hope you're doing well up there. I think because of stuff like that, they've sort of been like falling behind. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, but I mean, who's on the right side right now for what you call England?
England, I think it's Bukayo Saka.
Saka, yeah.
There's no way you're not benching Saka.
Saka over Sancho any day.
Really?
On the right side, yeah.
Do you think it's because Saka's better going forward, or because of how well he can cover the midfield coming back?
I think it's both.
I don't think he's a better forward player than Jadon Sancho. I think he's a better, he's better at attributing to the midfield.
Well,
than
last
Sancho.
season with England, you can't rule him out. Saka is just the man. I think he won the best player for England. Award.
I think he was best young player, right?
Best young player, yeah.
But then
he covered left back. He covered right.
Here's the thing: Saka, Rashford, and Sancho, all three missed the penalties. Explain that. I think that's where we have to question Southgate. It's like you're really subbing on three players in the 118th minute who realistically have never taken a penalty in such a big match in their careers. Realistically. Like, yeah, they've had a couple of Champions League performances, a few finals type stuff, but to be in a Euro final and saying, "Hey, do this," like, where was the expectation?
I never understood the substitutions that he made. I was watching the game and I saw that the substitutes happen. I'm like, they're about to go to penalty shootouts. You're putting in like three inexperienced players. I don't know. I didn't see like what was the need for that. You should just kept. I forgot who he subbed out for. But I just three young players. You can't have that.
What do we think of the likes of Jordan Henderson?
Henderson's been doing pretty good, but he didn't get called up.
He didn't get called up, but the thing is that he got injured. With Liverpool, he's sort of been in and out of the side. Like, do you think they have to call him up for experience, or is that like a? I
think they need him. Yeah,
they need him.
He's there for a veteran presence. I think
Ramsdale, Henderson, and Pope. Because I'm pretty sure Pickford's injured right now. If I'm not mistaken, Pickford, I think he is injured.
Well, yeah. They've been called up. They have Pickford, Pope, and Ramsdale. Those are their three goalies right now.
Ramsdale's gonna.
I think Ramsdale's gonna get out of
Pickford is my guy. I'm an Everton fan. But
I think out of the three, it's gotta be Nick Pope. Nick Pope is the
he's been doing pretty good.
In my opinion, Nick Pope is the best shot stopper out of the three.
I think Pickford just has he's been in the squad for so long.
Pickford has the highlight reels, right?
Yeah.
From like the 2018 World Cup, those like free kick saves. The Euros, he was half decent. Yeah. I think Everton, he started off well, but then
he started to slow down a little bit though.
Ramsdale, I think his distribution is better than the both of them.
Definitely.
But he does. I would say I think he just slightly lacks, not the positioning, but like the reflexes that like a Pope has. And even so, Nick Pope's 6'7". Yeah. Like what could be a difficult state for Pickford, it's like, oh, let me reach my hand out real quick. He's just a tall, lanky guy.
Definitely depends on like the scenario.
100%. What do we think of someone like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
He's my boy. I love Dominic. I love
DCL.
If you would have told me
but
this,
if he keeps blowing out,
James was there, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if he keeps blowing out his knee and getting injured, I don't see him getting to the England team anytime soon. Mark Gahey. Do we think it's too early?
The defender. Yeah, too early.
I think
too early.
Too early. Yeah.
Max Tillman, center back.
Too early.
He's been lights out last season and this season as well.
I think the current squad that England has right now is pretty spot on. I don't know. I think it's pretty spot on. It's like I don't think anyone like really comes close to
Conor Gallagher.
No.
No. This is a good one. Emil Smith Rowe. No, that's not even like a contender for you. What about Jack Harrison from Leeds, who's been doing really good?
He's been decent.
He's been really good.
No.
But no. Sorry, no.
I think this squad's pretty spot on. They have right now. It's just
what about
they need to put the players together.
Ryan Sessegnon? I'm gonna keep throwing names at you. I want to hear it.
I feel like you need to like the older players that are in the squad right now that maybe like just edge the spot in the squad. I feel like it's better to bring in those like younger players.
Well, here are the
Sessegnon is decent.
Yeah,
it's just Chilwell and Shaw for England is just.
Yeah, but Luke Shaw, he's been playing for England these past couple of days. And I don't think he has that form he had last time around.
Okay, what about Chilwell?
Chilwell's gonna be a guaranteed starter. Exactly. But it's the point of like who could you have as a backup? Because God forbid if Chilwell gets injured again. But then again, if you call up Trippier, is Trippier gonna be considered your left back option? Like who are you gonna call up? Are you gonna call up all four right backs?
If not, Saka.
I mean, but yeah. But here's the thing. So, out of the fullbacks that were called, it was Trippier, Luke Shaw, Kyle Walker, Reece James. Boys, I don't think you're gonna believe this, but there was no Chilwell. Chilwell's not called up.
Who are the left backs
for the World Cup?
No, for right now.
Oh, for right now.
He'll get
called up.
Because they called up Connor Cody, they called up Luke Shaw, they called up Tamori, Trent, they called up Reece James, Eric Dyer, Harry Maguire, Kyle Walker.
They're definitely gonna play. They play that five at the back. They're gonna have to. If they're not gonna bring up Chilwell. They're gonna have to. The Reece James can also play center back. They're gonna have to.
Well, that's the thing. Well,
most of those right backs can slot in a center back.
Well, two of them, right? Kyle Walker and Reece James can slot in a center back if need be, but Reece James is better out wide. I think Kyle Walker needs to play center back.
He's gonna have to play center back
because I'm getting a little worried for Kyle Walker just because we saw it in the Newcastle game. Granted, St. Maximin's a fast, like explosive player, can cause problems for anybody, but I've never seen Kyle Walker struggle so much against a player in the time I've watched him play.
He's aging, but he still has experience.
But that's why I think he'd be a great center back option because he knows like when's the right time to step up, drop back. He still has great recovery pace. That's not something a lot of England center backs have.
Yeah, I think it comes to experience. He definitely has that. Especially with the young.
If they stick with the back three, he has to be playing that back three.
Was Eric Dyer called up? Or
yes,
no?
he was.
Yeah, he's gonna probably be playing back there also.
But that's the thing. So if it's a back three, I think it should be Kyle Walker, Dyer, and Tamori.
Yeah.
The fact that Maguire's still getting called up, I think it's ridiculous.
I think it should be Maguire, Dyer, and
You really think Maguire should be starting?
Maguire, okay, look. Maguire United. No, but Maguire.
But that's still a factor. That's still a factor, though.
At England, it's just he's a different guy.
I know,
I think he's a different guy.
But still, dude,
Okay, look, I saw the last game. He took the pen that he gave to Germany. I think it was he fouled Musiala. He took the ball away. It's
he's just too he's too unreliable.
I think it's just you still need him. I know for England, you just still need him. I don't know who else would you call up? Tomori. Okay, Tomori.
No, Tomori was in the. You still have Connor Cody. We still had the likes of Max Hillman, Mark Gahey. We can call up over him. There's quality center backs.
Maguire.
We still have John Stones. When John Stones is fit right now, he's been great in the back line for City. I feel like he gets start over him.
I just think, like, on current form, okay, you won't pick up Maguire, but I just think they need them.
Current form the past 2 years, my guy. What do you mean current form?
England, Harry Maguire.
England, bro.
For the 2020 Euros.
Bro, my guy, you're not looking Colombian right now. You're looking like Brexit, my dude. That's how you're sounding right now.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maguire needs to be in that squad.
Gareth Southgate is going to play him.
He's going to play him.
He's going to play him.
Okay, so now the new topic's going to be, who can we surround around Harry Maguire to make sure he plays well? That's the question.
Southgate.
Southgate's will hold his hand in the field. Here's how we kick a ball.
No, yeah. Dyer's really aggressive.
Yeah, I think.
Back. So with the likes of Kyle Walker, all the experience there and just like aggressiveness, I don't know.
So the fullbacks. Well, here's the thing. Chilwell wasn't just called up recently. So then, whose spot does Chilwell take?
I think just Chilwell on the left back, and then I'll have Trent on the right, or Reece. I don't know. It's really like a debate, but I'll take just Trent for the creativity. Because that's what they need right now. It depends on the situation.
I'm trying to think. Because, like, the best way I always explain Trent is as if David Beckham played right back.
Yeah.
That's the best way to explain it.
It is.
But it's just, he's a really good. I don't know. You can't just, like, take out his creativity. Like, they need the creativity from Trent. I don't know. They just need his creativity.
But I feel like they have a lot of creative players, though. You have a Harry Kane that's able to drop back to the midfield and spring balls if he wants. You have the likes of Declan Rice.
You don't need Harry Kane to drop back.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making, though. If he's able to drag a defender with him, create space for your wingers to cut inside and play a ball, he has the ability to do that. That's a creative play that comes out of him. And if you also have the likes of Jude Bellingham, who's one of the most sensational up-and-coming creative talents. When it comes to Borussia Dortmund right now, all of their play is coming through Jude Bellingham.
No, if Kane does that role where he has to drop back or drag a defender, then Sterling and Sancho. Then that I agree.
Do you think Jared Bowen deserves a shout? Because of what he's had to deal with at West Ham from last season, like Mikel Antonio getting injured, he's had to rotate all around that front line, having to do more work than that's expected of him and still have a solid season.
No, I feel like he should be considered, but like only if there's like an injury. Like I don't think he should just be called up. But like
just to be called up. Well, here's the thing: would you much rather have a Jack Grealish or Jared Bowen in your team right now?
Even though Jack Grealish doesn't really, he hasn't been really playing, but he hasn't scratched that lineup, right? The Man City one.
Austin Villa, Jack Grealish.
Yeah, like I feel like he can still play.
I still think that I'll take him over Jared Bowen right now.
I say this all the time. Jack Grealish is a through and through. Like if Sir Alex was still at United, he would have bought him even when Villa was like in a championship type player. Yeah. Like he doesn't. He's not like this. There's certain players I've talked about all the time that are like this. There's like a Dimitri Payet is a perfect example of this. Someone who is great at, I would say a lesser team, but a team where you can be a focal point.
Yeah.
Where the ball's coming through you, where you can be your best creative self, to where at a City you're a system player. Yeah. Everyone fits a system in a certain way. And to City's point, that's why we've seen someone like a Zinchenko and a Gabby Jesus do so well at Arsenal, because they played in a system for a long time, and now they have this footballing ability they didn't have prior. Yeah. But then again, Jack Grealish, he already had great footballing ability prior, and he just doesn't fit in that system.
I think Jack Grealish. I think he just...
But then what about Phil Foden then? Because now I had to throw Phil Foden into the conversation if you want to bring up a Grealish.
Phil Foden. Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about Phil Foden.
But you see, this is the struggle right now. It's like, do you go with more of the younger guys or do you trust some of the older guys?
I mean, what's the older guys? Like, I guess Jack Grealish. That's older.
Jack Grealish he's 20. So do you trust the players that are like what 20, 25 and plus, or do you go for the U23s?
Foden all day.
Yeah, Foden.
It just depends where you put him.
I used to like sort of not like Foden, but then with everything happening with Greenwood, I was like, yeah, Foden's a good guy. We don't know who that other guy is. What? No, Greenwood, who's that?
I think it just depends where you put Foden in the squad as well.
Well, yeah, that's a great point. Is he gonna be playing centrally or is he gonna be playing out wide?
Yeah, but I think centrally is safe.
Well, if they play in midfield too, can he play in midfield too with just only one other person next to him? Because if they play like a 3-4-3, or if they play a 5-3-2, or if they play a 5-2-3, it all just it depends what Southgate wants to do.
No, yeah, I think he's obviously gonna play more defensive because that's just Southgate's game. I don't know.
You can't play 3 midfielders with that team. You have Harry Kane and Tammy Abraham as your strikers. They're not pacey at all. You need those wingers on the right and left side.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, Tammy has some pace to him, but it's just the point that it's a waste to play centrally when you have so much wide talent. I think that's the point.
Exactly.
No, yeah. I think I don't know. They need to like change the formation around. They need them more attacking.
They can't do a 3-4. I don't think their defense is good enough for a 3-4-3. They can't handle a 4 at the back. I mean, it's serious though, because if you do a 4 at the back, who do you start at the 4 at the back?
4-3-3. No.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if you do a 4-3-3, who starts 4 at the back for England?
Definitely like
My phone still thinks I'm sleeping. My apologies.
No, yeah. I don't know. It's Shaw, he's solid a little bit for England, but I don't know. I'll take Chilwell for the attacking output.
Yeah, so you have Chilwell left back, and who's the 2 center backs that you trust to be in that back line?
Dyer, and Kyle Walker, I guess. If you're not going for the Maguire agenda.
Maguire agenda. Just legitimately, who do you think should be, if there's a back 4, who's the starting 2?
Maguire and Dyer.
Maguire and Dyer.
No, it has to be Maguire and and Kyle Walker. I think those you have. Gareth Southgate's gonna play Maguire. He's gonna be playing in that England squad, so it's gonna probably be Maguire and Kyle Walker, and then Reece James or Trent on the right.
I think they're both either Kyle Walker or Dyer. It doesn't matter. They're both pretty decent. But I think Dyer just for the. I guess.
I think for his form, do you think his form is like really what carries over too?
No, yeah, and definitely, like, I feel like he could carry the ball up more since he's also like he also plays that central defensive.
So wait, one second. So Dyer's form can carry over, but Harry Maguire's form can't carry over. I'm getting confused with the arguments here, boys.
It's just more. It comes to the international squad, you know.
No,
like,
I get what you're
there's
saying.
different players, you know, like Memphis for Netherlands is just a different like level. You know what I mean? Like he's like one of the best players.
No,
for Netherlands.
Memphis anywhere but Barcelona is a different level. Let's just be real right now.
Yeah, definitely, exactly.
Because Barcelona don't know how to use them. That's the point.
That's also another point. Yeah, but I just think like there's like different players different coaches that just use players
differently.
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly. You know, so that's why it comes to a different sense. I'm trying to use examples, but what else could I think of? I don't know.
While you're thinking, real quick, you were listening Top of the Hour on WMSC Upper Montclair. Oh yeah, you guys just looking at me.
Oh,
it's already 11 o'clock. We got the Top of the Hour over here, guys.
Good. All right.
Well, let's see. We have sort of. Are we done with England? Do we think like England, we're done with you? Like leave us alone.
Yeah. I think with this current players, the squad they have right now, it's solid. It's good players. They just need to put them together. And
now I have a question. What do we think of Belgium?
I think they're gonna overperform.
Do you think they'll overperform finally? Like, do you think they're actually gonna do well?
I think they're gonna do well.
I think it's just their defense.
Yeah.
Defense.
Their offense is very solid. Their back 4.
Yeah, it's probably really bad.
They have the keeper, but like their center backs and their back 4 is like iffy. But like they have the offense, like they have.
I think Belgium, they're like always like number 1 ranked in like the FIFA like rankings.
Yeah,
like,
but
they never have won like an international trophy. It's
just, I think that for Belgium this year, the fact that they have more center backs besides Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld. By the way, they're still playing.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Jan Vertonghen for Anderlecht and Toby Alderweireld for Royal Antwerp.
No.
Just if you could tell me what those are, I respect the audience. But they also still have Boyata. They also have Jason Denier. They have Theate.
Denier's not at a club though. I think he's a free agent.
He is a free agent right now.
Really?
He needs a club.
Well, because he was with Lyon and then Lyon let him go.
No, but he's a good defender. Definitely. Like.
Well, I'm surprised no one signed him yet.
No,
though.
Yeah.
Like, did he do something?
Maybe like City should like. I think they lost John Stones.
Or maybe United.
Or United.
Everton.
Well, actually, no. Actually,
or
you
Leicester.
You guys got some great pickups with Connor Cody and James Tarkovsky.
Yes,
I don't want to hear anything out of Everton's mouth right now.
I mean, our offense can't do anything, but like our defense is pretty solid. But we need DCL back.
You guys need
we're starting Rondon at striker. Like he doesn't do anything.
Oh my god! Man.
And then if we don't start him, we're starting no strikers at all. So
after Rafa Benitez, it's just
he destroyed us.
But I would I would not blame Rafa Benitez because Everton. The best way to explain Everton is that they are the lesser version of the issue the United's going through right now. Everton has no board to solidify them. They have no like backroom staff to help them out. It's all always just a manager and figure it out. Like that's why they've had financial fair play issues. That's why they have so much stuff going on. It's literally United's issues on a smaller scale for Everton. So I wouldn't blame Rafa because Rafa at Newcastle, what he was able to do with Newcastle with no funding and keep them in the Prem for 3 seasons, to go down to the Championship, bring them back up and stay, I think is impressive.
I wouldn't really say it's much of like the board not supporting it because Ancelotti, like they brought in like
Ancelotti, yeah, but
but
that's the point I'm making though, is that like when Ancelotti was there was nothing to sort of build around Ancelotti for. It was just sign 2 players, which was Allen and James, and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean,
he signed some good play. Like once Rafa came in, he just started pushing all the players out of the lineup.
Exactly.
Like he started building his own.
He pushed away Digne.
Yep.
Digne, yeah.
Digne.
I can't believe we got rid of him. I was very.
It's ridiculous.
But,
insane.
but is it sort of a good thing because him at Villa now he's still struggling? Because Digne is not the same as he was before.
No, he wasn't. He isn't. But
I think if you stayed
He
on
still
Everton, I think he would have kept that form.
exactly.
He knows the squad. He was amazing at Everton.
No, he didn't.
No, I agree with you.
push him
I think Digne was probably.
Digne's cross with Calvert-Lewin in the middle.
Are you giving his free kick, dude? Are we just gonna forget that
Free
he was,
kick too,
Are we
exactly.
gonna forget he was the second coming of Leighton Baines on a free
Yeah,
kick?
yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But for Belgium, as we're still on the topic,
Yeah.
there's one player I'm really excited about that plays in the midfield for them, and it's Hans Vanaken.
Oh, he's nice.
For those of you who don't know, he plays for Club Brugge. He's a central midfielder, and every time I see him play, why you watching Club Brugge for? This is match week, guys.
Club Brugge is a good team.
I watch all types of football.
Nice.
Okay, just for the audience here. All right, my ball knowledge gotta be on point for all of you.
Not true.
So Hans Vanaken, I think is someone who's going to complement Kevin De Bruyne very, very well.
Yeah.
Plus, they have the likes of Yuri Tielemans,
Solid.
Den Donker, Thorgan Hazard, Axel Witsel, and De Bruyne, obviously. I feel like I'd have to say De Bruyne. I thought it was just like an obvious thing, like KDB. Like,
solid midfield
100%.
and solid attack. You know, Lukaku. Who else you have? Hazard.
well, Hazard's
Hazard gonna get
injured
called up?
currently
He's
right
injured.
now.
I don't know. But you guys know Mishi Batshuayi?
Batshuayi
Batshuayi,
at
yeah.
Fenerbahce. Dries Mertens at Galatasaray after being at Napoli for years.
No.
Hey, Trossard for
Trossard.
Brighton.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Trossard. Definitely.
Luca Bacchio has been doing a decent job.
It's okay.
De Ketelaere got a move from Club Brugge to AC Milan. He's been doing great.
Yeah.
And you also have Salamakers,
Yeah.
who I think is the only iffy player out of that team, honestly.
Salamakers?
Because he hasn't been that solid for AC Milan. Like, if you ask any Milan fan, they get agitated when you talk about Salamakers.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I kind of like. I actually talked to an AC Milan. I went to Italy over the summer. AC Milan fan. I talked with him. He liked Salamakers. He's like,
I don't know. My brother.
I think it's because he scored a winning goal or something.
My brother's
Maybe
a
that's
diehard
why.
AC Milan fan.
Yeah?
I have a few friends that are diehard AC Milan fans, and then they want to freak out every time they see him on the pitch.
No, yeah.
They actually they get
But they always push the Tonali agenda. It's like oh yeah.
What do you mean
Tonali's
Tonali agenda, bro?
They-
Tonali's
they
class.
they love Tonali.
There is no Tonali
I
agenda.
know.
There's no agenda for Tonali. Tonali is just actually class, my guy.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Definitely.
I feel like we're butting heads here. First, you think Maguire's deserves a start. Now you think Tonali, there's an agenda for him.
Nah.
Just let me know how you feel. Just let me know how you feel.
No,
What are you gonna say next? Locatelli's not good. Okay.
You cannot say that.
Hold on, I'm gonna unlock the door for you there, so you can just turn around.
No. But Belgium, they have a solid squad. It's just the defense that lacks a little bit. But I think
My only concern is the fact that it's Roberto Martinez in charge.
Yeah.
But then again, Courtois can save him. If he can save Real Madrid and carry them in a Champions League final, you're gonna tell me right now.
No, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He did carry them.
Okay.
I will
in
agree
the
with
final,
that. In the final, he did carry
In the
them.
final,
Crazy,
the
crazy
fact
he
that you're
carried them.
able to stop 3 insane shots from
No,
Sadio
yeah.
Mane and Mo Salah, I think it's
I think that
okay.
was the best performance of a goalkeeper I've seen on TV.
I agree with you on that one. Neuer's had some class games,
Yeah.
but that was absolutely insane.
No, yeah.
Insane.
But, no, they have a good squad. I think they'll have a good run, just not win it all. Not win it all.
I want to just keep going over this real quick. Let's see.
No, the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
It's on their top.
I'll pull that up right now.
Oh,
Netherlands
yeah.
national team.
The Netherlands. They have this new player. I mean, not new. I mean, Gakpo.
Oh, yeah. Cody
He's-
Gakpo. Here's the thing. Last season, he had a great season with PSV.
Yeah.
But
I think he has the most goals and assists in
Yeah, but guess who's the coach of Netherlands right now?
Who?
My boy. The man who won us the FA Cup. Fell on the floor while arguing with the referee. Louis van Gaal. LVG! Come on! Love that man. No, but here's the thing. So for goalkeepers, I think it's the only concern for the Netherlands right now.
Yeah.
Because you have Sillissen, Flecken, Nopert, and Pasver.
Yeah.
Just those names alone, I'd be a little concerned because Sillissen's the only
Tim Krul.
in and out. Tim Krul keeping it cool. Defensively, I think this is the most solid defensive line you ever see. Tyro Malacia, baby.
Yeah.
He put Mo Salah in his back pocket, my guy.
No, yeah. And Dumfries.
Dumfries is class.
No, yeah.
Well, they have Daley Blind still. De Vrij, Van Dijk, Ake. De Ligt at Bayern's been different.
Yeah.
They have Yuri and Timber.
No, yeah.
And they have Rinch.
No, yeah. That's a really good.
That's a solid back.
I'm not gonna lie. The only person I'm worried about here is Van Dijk, because he just suffered an injury.
Well, injury wise, yeah.
Suffered an injury, and plus he's just been off this season.
Yeah, but he's Van Dijk. He's been.
he's Virgil. He's Big Rich.
No, yeah.
But I think the thing about Van Dijk is that he needs a midfield to support him. If there's no midfield, it's the same thing with Harry Maguire in a sense. I'm not saying. Don't worry. I'm not saying. Before the audience starts freaking out, I'm not saying Harry Maguire is Virgil Van Dijk. No. I'm saying that he's the type of player that needs help from the midfield. Because the way how the modern game is played, if your midfield will not help you, you will be struggling a lot in the defense.
Definitely.
That's the point I'm making. So for all Liverpool fans out there, just breathe in with me and breathe out. No one is insulting your God. It's okay.
The question is, who do you have in the midfield for Netherlands?
I'm going to tell you that right now. So they have Martin de Roon, Berghuis, Klaassen, De Jong just picked up an injuries, Koopa Miners, Gravenberch, and Taylor. And then front line, you have Wout Weghorst, the 6'7" god, Brian Brobbery, Cody Gakpo, Bergwijn back on the up with Ajax, and Memphis Depay.
Yeah. Depay, Gakpo, and Bergwijn. Sure. That's all you have there. But it's just the midfield. The midfield. If De Jong comes back, and then I guess Gravenberch, I think that's like the only two solid I see right now. What else did you name in the midfield?
Koopa Miners, Gravenberch, De Roon. I mean, they have a solid midfield. I wouldn't be too concerned. Plus, they have players that can call up. Like, that's the thing. Netherlands is the type of team where they can call up a lot of. They still have Genie Wijnaldum to call back up. Yeah. Well, and Genie, I think he should have. I think it was okay for him to leave Liverpool, but not for PSG.
Where did he go?
Yeah, he went to PSG, and now he's at Roma on loan. Oh, okay. He's with Mourinho.
No, yeah.
Watch, he's gonna start shushing everybody with Mourinho. He's gonna be like, if I talk, I get in trouble. You know.
No, yeah, but Genie, Netherlands, that's a different player there.
He's always solid. Yeah, he is. That's a player that you could rightfully say always been solid for a nation. No, yeah. Okay, let's get that clear.
Genie, De Jong, and then who's the third guy? Gravenberch, yeah. That's a solid midfield.
Someone tell me how Bayern gets We talked about this on the show before. 7.5 million plus add-ons, like 21 million for Gravenberch.
That was insane. When I saw that, I was like, "That's a steal."
Steal.
No, yeah.
Now we're gonna head over to the red and green, Portugal. So for keepers, you have Rui Patricio, Jose Sa, Diogo Costa. Different guy, not Diego. Not what we're thinking about. I think it has to be Jose Sa starting keeper, right? Like, I think there's no denying that.
Yeah, he's been on fire.
Jose Sa has to start. Defenders, guess who's still playing, boys? Guess who's still kicking about? Pepe, bro. Pepe still kicking about. Mario Rui, Rafael Guerrero, João Cancelo, Ruben Dish, Diego Dalot, Thiago Jallo, and Nuno Mendes.
Yeah, the pronunciations of the name. Spot on, wow.
On point. We are cultured.
Nice. Well, I'm
still,
gonna butcher them about.
Yeah, but I still can't say Arayo though. I still say Ray J. So I win and I lose sometimes.
No,
here's the thing.
Defense, yeah.
I used to always make the argument for like how like it should be a Nuno Mendes, João Cancelo starting on the fullbacks, but
who else
I don't want my bias to kick in. I really don't. No. But when Diego Dalot gets a brace for Portugal and he's on fire for United, it's starting to make me think, do we just start throwing João Cancelo in the midfield? And we have but
You have to do
You're
that.
telling me Cancelo in the midfield is not going to kill it
On the wing, nah.
on the wing? No, I can see him playing a center mid.
No, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know if you saw his team of the year, but with the way I played him everywhere.
Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter. No. But no, definitely, that's the question that starts to arise now, because for your center back options, you only really have Jallo, Diaz, and Pepe. So I think it's going to be a Pepe, Diaz starting 2, and they might swap out with Jallo halfway through the game if Pepe looks a little bit slow on the ball. You have left back coverage in Mario Rui. You have Diogo Dalot. Cancelo can play anywhere. Here's the thing: the midfield is stacked. Let's be real, right now.
Yeah,
it's stacked. You have Danilo Pereira, Carvalho. I mean, he's been in the game. Like, he's been in the game for how long? But yet, is still always half decent.
Yeah.
João Mario, he's finally made a comeback. He plays for Benfica.
Solid.
It's okay. I liked him better at West Ham, personally.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes. I love Bruno.
No, he has to be there.
Play him.
He has to be there. Yeah.
If you're starting Ronaldo, I don't think he can start.
Who, Bruno?
Yeah. If Ronaldo starts, Bruno can't start. It's going to have to be Bernardo Silva over him.
I guess so. But
Because here's the thing. You have Bruno, Rafa Silva, Bernardo Silva, Paulinho, Ruben Neves, Mateus Nunes, and Vitinha. And I think it might be a Bernardo Silva, Ruben Neves, and Nunes midfield.
Yeah.
And Bruno might have to be on the bench for this one.
Who's the?
no.
What about the
But
attackers?
you have to play Bruno. You have to
So for forwards, you have Ronaldo, Horta, Jota, Felix, Neto, Leao, and Ramos. First off, I think it has to be. Oh, dude, this is tough.
Leao needs to start.
Leao needs to start, but do you pick Pedro Neto? Do you pick Diogo Jota? Because Ronaldo's starting.
Diego Jota any day.
Yeah, but dude, Pedro Neto's been the reason why Wolves is scoring goals, bro. He's actually insane.
It's gonna be a hard
Diego
decision.
Jota, come on, man.
Yeah, but also he's playing with Portugal FC day in and day out. So when we talk about chemistry reasons, like who links up there with players, you know.
Diego Jota.
Diogo Jota, I do think he deserves a shout, but he hasn't really been playing that much for Liverpool so far. It's been Nunez, Firmino, Luis Diaz, and Salah mostly. I haven't seen him get minutes lately.
No.
Is he just coming off an injury, or is it I'm just being ignorant because I don't like Liverpool?
Jota? No, yeah, he came out from an injury.
Oh, he came back from an injury,
Yeah.
because that's why I haven't seen a lot of him recently.
No, yeah.
João Felix though, that's a tough one too.
Yeah, that's very tough.
I don't know. It just comes to Ronaldo's.
Here's my question:
Ronaldo's form.
what's the harder choice? Picking the Portuguese front line or picking the right backs for England? I want to know which one's the harder choice.
I think it's probably, I don't know, the right back. No, it has to be the forward line.
The forward line for
yeah.
Portugal is so tough.
No, yeah,
because
it's
then you
tough.
could have Felix play out wide anywhere he wants. Neto can play either side. Rafael Leao plays on the left. Jota can play anywhere in the front line.
People are saying like Ronaldo's gonna be like a problem for the Portugal
To be
team.
honest, if Ronaldo doesn't perform, he honestly could be right out of that lineup.
Exactly.
I think if he doesn't,
I don't know.
I
dude.
love Ronaldo.
he
but
could be out of that lineup very quickly.
I agree with you, but that's gonna be tough. If the Portuguese manager benches Ronaldo,
Yeah, but if he doesn't
after
perform-
Ten Hag's been benching him
Yeah.
for a lot of games, I think Ronaldo will generally just be like, "I'm done. Like I'm going to the MLS. I'm gonna link up with
to
the New York
Sporting.
Red Bulls, so that way I can go to MSU and go talk on Match Week. You know, I have my speed dial. We'll go talk a little bit later, but no, I'll just."
No, but yeah, if Ronaldo doesn't perform, Diego Jota definitely has to start in that starting role, I guess, or João Felix. I don't know. It's
gonna be
difficult,
hard.
but for now, Ronaldo up top, and then Leao on the left, and it depends. Like probably Diego Jota or Felix on the right. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Now on to one of the other big teams, Brazil.
Oh my god.
Now for keepers, they have like 5. I don't care about the other 3, to be honest. We have Allison and Ederson. Who we starting, boys?
Allison.
Yeah, it has to be Allison. I think
has to be
I
Al-
think he's better than Ederson. They're very close, but I feel like Allison has
I
been.
mean, I don't know. I just
man.
don't think
I
Ed-
think-
Ederson
Close,
doesn't
though.
like for distribution. Obviously, Ederson, but
No, but but they're both quality distribution. though. I just think it might have to be Ederson.
why?
I think for the sole fact that when you're used to playing in a higher, let's be honest. Like I don't want to like talk badly about Liverpool, but Man City are just clear right now.
I don't know. I think it's just because he's playing with like an amazing defense up there.
But that's the thing. It's like when you have someone week in, week out who knows how to work with a good defense, who plays for a great manager, who plays and who knows how to play in a good team. I think that's something that has to be a priority.
Allison just, I don't know. He's just, I don't know.
I feel like whoever's in form at that
Well,
current
here's the
moment is going to
thing.
get the job.
I think as soon as we figure out the back line, that's when we can sort of just decide who's going to be the keeper.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you know how many defenders they called up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. Yeah.
They called up 14 defenders, by the way,
14 defenders.
for the international break because they're testing out who.
Okay.
So for the international break, you're allowed, like, I think up to 32 players or something. So they called up a lot.
Yeah.
So it was Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, Alexandro, Danilo, Marquinhos, Felipe, Alex Telles, Arana, Renan Lodi, Gabriel, Militao, Ortiz, Bremer, and Ibanez.
Thiago Silva and
Silva has to be in that lineup.
Silva and what's the guy? Marquinhos. There you go.
The old PSG.
The experience.
No shout for Militao.
Oh, I love Metal.
I mean,
Well-
what about Bremer still? Ibanez, like that's.
I think it just comes to like if let's say Silva gets injured or tired, then you definitely either have a Metal or Gabriel.
Will we consider a back five?
Yeah, I was
For Brazil, or like a back, or how about I think a back three will work for them because they don't really have that many good fullbacks, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they don't.
If you do a back
their
three,
their weakest point is definitely their fullbacks.
yeah, like if you do, well, it used to not be.
No, yeah, used to not.
Danny Alves got called up.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that is crazy. Don't know why, but he got called up. But I think if you do a back three of Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, and Militao, and then because here's the midfielders they have Coutinho, Casemiro, Everton, Fred, the GOAT, Fabinho, Artur, Paqueta, and Bruno Guimaraes.
Jesus.
They can definitely play a back three.
If they play a back three and they have Bruno Guimaraes and
Man, I'm trying to see those dances up top.
I'm trying to think who the midfield three should be.
Midfield three. That's very difficult.
I think it should be Guimaraes, Fabinho, and Paqueta.
Guimaraes' form has been a little iffy.
Well, no, because he just suffered an injury like 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
But besides that, he's been playing as like a Champions League quality midfielder for Newcastle. Like he's been absolutely sensational for Newcastle.
Yeah.
But I think also because of the relationship he already has with Paqueta playing with him at Lyon, I think helps big time.
Yeah.
I think bringing the solidity of a Fabinho would help a lot too.
Yeah, definitely.
But then again, Casemiro, like,
Yeah.
where does he go? Fred, where does he go? The GOAT. Like, come on. Fred is very... He's the real LeBron James of soccer. That Fred, right? That's
No,
insane.
I do like Fred. I will say that.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Fred is a highlight player. Like,
No, yeah.
because he'll be like, when you watch a game, it's like,
He's important.
why? Why is he there? He's so annoying to watch. And you look at the highlight reel, and you didn't notice that against Atletico, he does some like flick feint through the legs of one of the Atletico defenders who goes through on goal, but then chokes the pass to Ronaldo. You know, like. That's Fred in a nutshell. We'll do everything right.
I think he's a
until the
workout.
final
I think
part.
he's a Brazilian Conte in a way.
Nah, don't insult Conte. Conte's filth. No, I think Fred is just a workhorse. That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
100%.
No, yeah, he's a workhouse.
Workhouse?
Work.
He does work at the house. That's right for that one. He does work at the house.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. For forwards, though, I think this is going to be really tough for forwards because they were testing out Neymar, Firmino, Barbosa, Gabby Jesus, Richarlison, Rafinha, Pedro, Vinicius Jr., Matthias Cunha, Rodrigo, Anthony, Martinelli.
That's great.
The thing is, it's the managers too. He's gonna start with Richarlison. He loves Richarlison.
He's been on fire for
Yeah.
Brazil.
Also for Brazil, he's been on
for
fire.
Brazil.
So
Yeah,
this is what I'm
that
This is what
I
I'm thinking right here.
understand.
Left wing Vinny, striker Richarlison, and the right you're gonna have Rafinha because Rafinha.
No Neymar?
No Neymar?
Neymar is Cam.
You're going to have him play behind him? Okay.
Well, if we do the three at the back, that'd be four
center
four?
attacking mid for Neymar.
Or would that be four midfielders and three attackers?
So you could do...
Unless you want to play Neymar on the left, but I wouldn't, because Vinny in the left, he's good, and if you could put Neymar as center attacking mid.
Because I was thinking if you do a 3-4-3, and then you just basically... You could start Neymar and Vinicius at the same time. Oh, well, just the back three's got to defend more. That's it.
Yeah.
But that midfield three of Fabinho, Paqueta, and Bruno Guimaraes would kill it. I'm trying to think, what's a good formation? You could do a 3-5-2. So you have the midfield three, two wingers, and basically two strikers. So you can have Neymar play more central as like a striker, but he'll be like just free roaming. And you have Vinicius out left, and you can put either Richarlison or Gabby Jesus. And out right, you put Anthony.
No.
Richie can also he can play outright also.
Anthony is a very solid right winger. I will say that. But
well, here's the thing. Do you think it's Anthony or Rafinha?
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, my guy. Okay, he gets one glory moment in a Champions League. All right, you're sounding like every guy after they saw James Rodriguez score for
glory
Colombia,
moment,
bro. Exactly, James Rodriguez made his career off one glory moment, bro.
No, he's a clinical finisher, Rodrigo. That's what. Well, I don't know if they need that right now, but if it comes to Anthony Rafinha, I think it depends on current form as well.
Well, do we think of Matthias Cunha still gets a shout because he can play? He's a dynamic player as well.
Cunha at the start.
Well, I'm saying, does he deserve a shout? Or even a Martinelli? Because Martinelli's been on fire too, or Gabby Jesus.
The thing is, Martinelli, he's a left winger, left midder.
A striker too.
It's a striker, but it's just over Vinicius or over Neymar. It's just, I don't see it happening.
Just imagine, like, Neymar, bye. You're saying.
But don't get me wrong. I think Martinelli's class. I think he's
yeah,
really
but
good.
that's what I'm saying. It's so tough to pick the attackers right now for Brazil.
But for me, it's just Vinny, Richarlison, and then right now, as of now, Rafinha to the right.
Okay.
We'll see going on performances from Anthony because he's still a little bit adapting to United, I guess.
But also, they've had 24 games off, so
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like the fact that not 24 games, sorry, 24 days
24
off.
days, yeah. But
now, on to the other big South American team, Argentina. Argentina, I think we all have to agree, Martinez starts in goal, right? I don't think there's anyone else that challenges him.
Yeah.
Defense, Otamendi still makes it somehow.
Yeah.
Don't know how, but he still makes it.
No, he's been pretty good at Benfica.
They have Pezzella, Tagliafico, Acuna, Montiel,
Martinez,
Sensei, Romero, Medina, Foyth, Martinez, and Perez.
Martinez and Otamendi. Come on.
Martinez and Romero? What are you talking about?
Romero. Okay.
Romero, Acuna out left or maybe out right, and you start Tagliafico.
Tagliafico, yeah.
Or you even do Acuna out left and Montiel out right. Like it all depends who you want to have rotate around for the fullbacks.
Yeah.
And then midfielders, you have Paredes, you have DePaul, you have Rodriguez, you have Lo Celso, Palacios, Molina, McAllister, Almeida, and Fernandez.
Well, you need DePaul. That's Messi's bodyguard right there.
Messi's bodyguard.
No, yeah.
I think it should be a 3 of McAllister, DePaul, and Lo Celso. And then who do you start in the front line, right? Because now you have Dybala, Messi, Gomez, Di Maria, Correa, the other Joaquin Correa and Angel Correa, Lautaro Martinez, Nicolas Gonzalez, and Julian Alvarez.
Martinez.
I think you have to start him as striker. Martinez
striker.
Lautaro Martinez striker. Okay.
Messi in that, I guess, central position.
We'll have him out right. He's just going to veer around. Doesn't matter.
Right. I'm going to have Di Maria right. And then Messi more central.
So then would you much rather just have Messi? Why wouldn't you just throw Messi out left then? Because there's no left mids that really fill in this team. So you have a front 3 of Messi, Di Maria, and Martinez. Have Messi out left. Or vice versa, have Di Maria out left.
Or Dybala center.
Or you can put Dybala out left.
Maybe Di Maria on the left, Messi on the right, and then Dybala center. Or I don't know.
Now we're Lautaro Martinez though.
Striker. Or are we just doing three forwards?
Right now the way I've set up is 4-3-3.
4-3, yeah. I always go for the 4-3 attacking.
Yeah, with the cam obviously.
No, with the cam. So I usually always put the most creative player in the middle. So Messi in the middle, Lautaro up top. I'll say Di Maria on the right, but on the left side, I think it's where they struggle maybe.
So then you want to do a Lo Celso, Rodrigo, and Messi in front.
Yeah.
Then you want to do Lautaro, Dybala, and Di Maria up top.
Yeah.
All right, I've struck that. Nice.
That's pretty solid.
Now, the reigning World Cup champions, France.
Man.
In goal, Maignan, obviously. Maignan. We have to go with him. Do we think an Areola or an Lafont deserves a shout, or is it just Maignan 100%?
I think Lloris.
Lloris?
Lloris.
I don't know if Lloris can keep up with these other guys anymore, bro.
I mean, okay. Yeah.
We'll leave Lloris as a shout. Lloris will stay as a shout. He didn't get called up.
Okay, but he will.
I don't know.
I don't know,
bro. If there was a money line and I had to put a bet, I wouldn't be sure about calling him up.
All right.
And for defense, I feel like this is I wouldn't say like the worst, but this is sort of like the least their defense has been because it's just Varane, Pavard, Mendy, Upamecano. Oh my God. Upamecano, there we go.
Yeah.
Koundé, I can't pronounce his last name. I'm just gonna say his first name, Benoit. Saliba and Truffierd.
Saliba has been class.
Yeah, so Saliba, I think it's gonna be Saliba, Varane in the front. I mean, no. Wait, but then you have Upamecano.
Koundé and Koundé, but I think
he got
Koundé
hurt,
over Upamecano.
Didn't Koundé get hurt?
Koundé is injured.
Yeah, injured. Yeah, Koundé got injured, but still Koundé.
Here's the thing: if Koundé was fit, I just have him outright.
Yeah, he's a good.
Because they have no real right back over here.
Yeah, that's true.
Now for the midfield, they have actually no, never mind. They do have right back. Jonathan Klaus. Klaus definitely starts at right back, 100%.
No, yeah, he's a good right back.
So then it would be Klaus, Saliba, Varane, Mendy. I think it's a good back four.
Yeah.
And then in the midfield, they have Vertu, Guendouzi, Tchouaméni, Fofana, and Camavinga. And Conte.
No Pogba? No Pogba.
Well, Pogba didn't get called up.
He has that thing
but
going
will
on.
he get called up?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's
He has that
crazy.
witch doctor thing going on. Or
Oh, yeah.
no, wait, what is it? It's like he has to have bodyguards in France or something.
It's something
He has some
dumb.
like mob tie stuff going on. I don't know what it
I just
is.
saw a video of him. He got like a stripe across his face or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so.
But I don't know. I mean, I just think Pogba for the France national.
Oh yeah, he has to start.
It just has
But
to. He just-
I just don't.
But if he doesn't
I
get
just think
called
with
up,
all the
I
issues
mean-
that are happening, I don't think he gets called up.
That's insane.
There's no way he gets caught up.
Because if not, then it'll be for me. It'll be
It would be Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Conte. I think there's no other midfield.
No, yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
if there's no Pogba, that's what it has to be.
but if Paul Pogba does get called up, I guess Paul Pogba, Tchouaméni, and then Conte. I don't know.
You drop Camavinga over Tchouaméni?
Tchouaméni over Camavinga.
No, because you had Camavinga off, so you said it was Conte, Pogba, and Tchouaméni.
Yeah, so, Tchouaméni center defensive mid, and then Conte as like that.
Bro, really?
Con-
I would have Conte sit behind Camavinga and
Okay.
Pogba.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Because if you have Conte in there, let him do his job and just break up the.
I think
the
Tchouaméni as of right now he's been better than Camavinga.
I just think Camavinga hasn't been given enough chances right now.
No, I think so too, but it's just as of right now, Tchouaméni.
Okay. And for the front line options, you have Giroud, Griezmann, Dembele, Mbappe, and Nkunku, Martial, and Muani.
God,
You know Giroud's gonna be he's gonna be in there somehow.
Giroud is gonna be.
I think it might be
I think
a front line of Nkunku, Dembele, and Mbappe.
I think Dembele definitely has that.
Do we think real
guaranteed
quick?
spot.
Do we think Diaby deserves a shout?
with their forwards right now
I think so because
on the left maybe perhaps
because if you have a Christopher Nkunku, if you play a front three of Nkunku, Mbappe, Dembele, Diaby, that's tough. Where would you fit in?
no okay definitely Mbappe up top and then Dembele on the right. It's just the left maybe. It's just maybe Diaby.
But the Nkunku's just been class for Leipzig.
Or you know what, Mbappe on the left and then Giroud up top with Dembele on the right. I just think like Dembele and Mbappe, their dribbling is just insane.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think that Nkunku's been so good that there's no way you don't play him.
in the cam. There we go.
Then
drop.
There's
I guess I'd say if you guys say Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and then put Conte and then Pogba. And then
here's the thing, Conte. I'm gonna say this right now. I threw in
Nkunku.
Conte's name, but he didn't get called up recently.
He'll get called up.
Is he injured? I don't know.
So if he doesn't get called up, then it might have to be
Yeah.
a Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Nkunku midfield,
Yeah, sounds good.
which is still good enough. But that's just crazy in my head that there's gonna be a World Cup where there won't be a Pogba or a Conte.
Yeah, those two together are just it's like bread and butter.
Bread and butter, exactly.
No, yeah, they're very good together. To see them without them two without the World Cup. I mean, not with France in the World Cup is just crazy.
Is there any other international team you boys want to talk about?
Could we talk about?
There's a Germany. We could talk about Germany.
Germany. We could talk about Germany. Germany and what else?
Not Chetme. Germany.
Germany.
There we go.
No, Germany.
So Germany, Ter Stegen starts.
Definitely.
Neuer didn't get called up, just letting you guys know.
He's gonna get called up.
But like then Neuer gets called up, he's got to start though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's also Kevin Trapp and Baumann. Just want to put that out there. Now for defense, they have Ginter, Nicolas Sule, Goossens, Kehrer, Schlotterbeck, and Kotchup. Bella Kotchup. And also Kimmich, but they have Kimmich and Rom. I think Rom's going to start at left back. And then it's going to be Schlotterbeck, Sule, and then it's going to be Kimmich at right back.
No Goossens.
Goossens, I don't think he's better than Rom.
I don't know.
Because Rom's been sensational out of the left back. There's no way.
No, yeah, he has. But it's just I feel like Goossen just provides that attacking output.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't say that about Rom because Rom had 17 assists in the Bundesliga at a left back. At a left back, 17 assists. Like, come on.
No, yeah.
But in the midfield, they have Thomas Muller, Gundogan, Arnold, Hoffman, and Musiala.
Oh. Yeah, Musiala, Gundogan, and Muller.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And then the attack, they have Gnabry, Werner, Sane, Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz, Sane.
I think Kai Havertz has to play in the midfield. They got to stop trying to throw him out as a striker.
I mean, he scored 2 goals just against.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, in the midfield area though.
He's sort of like what Dele Alli used to be. Like he's like that Cam that's like the second striker behind a striker.
Yeah, he's definitely a second striker. But I think he works with the wingers. So he's like that center forward role.
Yeah, but he has to be playing behind somebody. He can't just be that focal point.
Behind Sane and Gnabry.
No, but behind like a striker. There has to be a striker in front of him, in my opinion.
No, there's no striker there. Is Werner? I wouldn't really count Werner as like a central type of striker. I don't know.
Maybe you could throw up Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
Muller's played center forward, Cam, striker. He's played everywhere.
I think you need Thomas in the middle.
I think you need Kai Havertz in the middle.
Well, I don't know.
Because I think having someone as experienced as Muller just be able to find the right spots and just take shots, I think is the way to go.
I think as of now, they just need to play with Kai Havertz up there just because they don't really have that. I don't know.
Sane and Gnabry have to be like going.
No, yeah.
They have to go off this World
definitely.
Cup. 100%. For them to do well, they have to.
I think Sane will, definitely. Sane has been pretty spectacular for them.
So let's see. Right now. Spain. We haven't even touched the Spain category yet. Spain has David Raya, Unai Simon, Robert Sanchez, David De Gea, no call up, rightfully so. I'm saying that as a United fan. Out of those three, I think it has to be Raya for Brentford.
Raya, yeah.
Or Robert Sanchez. He's been sensational.
Yeah, but for now, yeah, Raya.
And defense, we have Azpilicueta, Jordi Alba, Dani Carvajal, Jose Gaya, Diego Llorente, Pau Torres, Eric Garcia.
Looks shaky. I don't know.
Pau Torres is a starter for me, 100%.
Torres, yeah.
Aspi also.
Then Jordi Alba on the left.
They really don't have that many center backs.
Yeah, they really don't. Yeah, they don't.
It looks like it's going to have to be...
Did they call up Pedro Porro?
No, they didn't call him up. He's a right back, though.
Oh, yeah. It's difficult. But yeah, not a lot of center backs.
No, because I think...
What about Laporte? Oh, Laporte's injured.
Laporte's injured.
But will he be injured for the World Cup?
I'm not sure.
I think he'll come back.
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think City's gonna allow them to rush it. I don't think City wants to risk their asset.
They
at
need
all.
him. In the Euros, he was class. For
he was
Spain.
in the Euros. He was clean.
They definitely need him with Pau Torres. Come on, yeah.
Because right now it's just gonna have to be either Eric Garcia or Diego Llorente playing at center back, which is mental.
No.
No call up for Ramos. What do we think about that?
I don't know. I feel like Ramos kind of just fell out of the national squad. Definitely.
No Gerard Piqué either.
Well, he's been shunned out of that Barcelona squad.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, cheated on Shakira. No.
I mean, supposedly there was other things going on as well besides just him. Yeah. But we'll leave it at that.
No,
leave it there.
I don't think.
But for midfield, we have Busquets, Koke, Marcos Llorente, Rodri, Carlos Soler, Pino, Pedri, Guillemon, Williams, and Gavi. I think Llorente and Rodri have to be in there.
Yeah, Rodri, definitely.
And then for me, it's a toss-up between Pedri and Soler.
I think Pedri. It's Pedri. like Pedri, he just controls that midfield. Come on.
Yeah, but if you have a Rodri in there, and you're gonna have a Llorente,
Rodri center defensive mid, and then Pedri center distribution.
Llorente's gonna be your box to box. Your 8.
No, yeah.
Rodri's gonna be your 6. And I think Soler's you're gonna need as like that 10. Because I don't think Pedri can play a 10 at all. Well,
Name the forwards. Let's see what we
forwards, we have Morata, Sarabia, Asensio, Iglesias, Ferran Torres. There's nothing special going on for the forwards.
Sarabia.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in and out of the PSG squad, barely played. He's 30 years old now.
He's good. Good.
All right.
But there's nothing really special up there. But
Probably got to play.
if it comes to the point where I guess Morata, Ferran Torres, and Sarabia for me.
I think Spain's like the weakest they've ever looked.
No,
so
yeah,
far.
definitely. I mean, it's crazy.
They lost like all their important players. Like
No Fati.
yeah,
Fati's still
what's that?
injured,
He's
right?
injured?
Yeah, he is. Oh, I should.
Or is he back from injury now?
I'm not really sure. But
Because they need a Fati in that team 100%.
no, yeah. If Fati fit. If yeah.
You know what we forgot about for France? Nabil Fekir. How did he not get called up?
Fekir. Over who?
Does he still
Over
play?
who, bro? He starts that midfield guaranteed, my guy.
He still plays for Lyon.
No, he plays at
for,
Real
Betis.
Betis.
Betis, yeah.
He's been killing it for Betis, bro. Bro, do you not see how... Okay, I know you're a Real Madrid fan, but he sauced you guys up last time he played against you.
He's a good player, but over who? Over Nkunu? Oh, what do you call him?
Nkunku?
Nkunku.
Yeah, but who's to play the forward line? He can play in the midfield.
He play a bit midfield. But over Kamavinga? No. Okay.
I'm saying because if they're gonna take some, I think the manager's gonna take someone over experienced than the two young guys in Tushimeni and Kamavinga.
Yeah.
I think they're not gonna be as risky in that regard.
Definitely.
So that's been our international talk. It's a fun time coming. World Cup coverage will be happening soon. Maybe, who knows? Stay tuned. No call to action. So if you'd like to stay tuned, you may stay tuned. Not forcing you to do anything. But we're moving on. The Premier League is back. Injected in my veins. I need my FPL to do well. Let's go. Saturday, we have an early morning game at 7:30. Arsenal versus Tottenham.
Sheesh.
That's gonna be.
That's gonna be crazy.
I think that game is just going to be who's going to have the better defense.
Yeah.
100%. Because if Gabriel, Ben White, and Saliba can handle Kane, Son, Kulusevski, or Richarlison or whoever, I think they'll win the game.
Agreed. I think.
But then vice versa. If Romero, Dyer, and Sanchez can handle Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka, then they'll win the game.
I don't think they'll be able to. I don't think they're gonna be able to contain them. They've been too hot.
I mean, United did that though, and we're talking about Conte, who's a better defensive manager.
I do think Arsenal have that upper edge.
I think they have the form.
Yeah.
But I think Tottenham. I think Tottenham has the better overall squad, but I think Arsenal has the form going for them, without a doubt.
This could be a good game. Definitely a good game.
Next, Bournemouth, Brentford. I think Brentford's going to smash them.
Yep.
Crystal Palace, Chelsea. This is going to be a close game, honestly.
Oh, yeah, Zaha has been very good.
Well, Zaha, Olise, Edouard, Eberici, Eze, Schlupp. Chelsea. I mean, they have Broha, but they have no other number 9. I love Broha. He's Albanian. We're a pro-Albanian podcast. Is he back from his broken jaw?
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Like, this is like what his his first Prem game back.
Yeah, this is gonna be his first Premier League game back. Injury. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: Chelsea has Mendy injured and Conte injured, but then Palace is gonna be missing Ferguson, Tompkins, MacArthur, and Butland. So I think they're gonna be missing their main goalie. That's it.
Chelsea with Mendy out. Who do you have? Kepa?
Yeah, Kepa. The player manager, you know.
He's good though.
The next we have Fulham, Newcastle.
Actually, no, wait. Fulham.
Mitrovic,
and also Polinia.
But then Newcastle's just been filth lately, bro. But
is Saint Maximin still injured? That's the question.
That's what I was about to say right now too. Injuries, yep. So Isaac's injured, Saint Maximin's injured, Bruno Guimaraes is injured, Wilson's injured, Chris Wood is injured, and Anderson's injured, Kraft's injured, Shelby's injured, and Darlow's injured.
Who do they have up top?
They're not gonna have anyone.
And then Paulinho's suspended though. He's on a red card.
Oh wow, that's gonna be interesting.
Solomon injury, Wilson's injured, which is a big miss, and Robinson for the USA is injured.
I'm definitely like leaning towards Fulham though. I don't know who do you have up top for Newcastle.
Well, Newcastle, I'm looking at the squad right now for who they have.
Yeah. Wilson, no.
Well, here's the thing: they still have Almiron, Frazier, and Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy's their young player.
But is that enough?
I can see that game.
Fulham.
I can see that game.
Fulham has Mitro, so I'd be worried.
I can see that game being 1-0, and Mitro scores in like the 89th minute. I
can see Mitro getting a hat trick if the defense isn't up to par of this game, because the defense is going to decide.
Mitro with Serbia, I think yesterday scored like I don't know how many goals. He's just been going off for Serbia.
Yeah, Mitro is just insane.
Definitely, he's just a solidified striker.
I would veer towards Fulham winning that game, 100%.
Exactly.
Next is Liverpool Brighton. Here's the thing: this is going to be, I think, Brighton's first game without Graham Potter.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to judge it, because if it's with Graham Potter still there, I would have put it as
a draw.
A draw close to a Liverpool win.
No, yeah.
So Liverpool might have won 1-0 or like a 2-1.
But as of now, I think Liverpool have that upper edge just because Brighton's still.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Let's see if Liverpool still has injuries, because Liverpool still has Oxlade-Chamberlain injured, Robertson injured, Jacob Ramsey injured, Curtis Jones injured, Konate injured, and Keita injured. No. But then here's the big thing for Brighton. Brighton's missing Lallana, Mwepu, Moder, and Sacramento.
Yeah,
those are 4 big injuries for us. No, I'm still going towards
Liverpool.
The fact that Liverpool. Also, I think it's gonna be the game that Darwin finds his footing again, because he did well in those first few games, and then he gets a suspension that throws him off.
Yeah. Also, that goal he had with Uruguay.
Yeah.
So
I think it's gonna help him big time with his confidence. Next, I think it's gonna be the most interesting game of the weekend. I think it's Everton Southampton.
Most interesting. What about United in City?
I mean, that's just gonna.
No, all right, but
I'm saying as like.
Everton and Southampton, okay.
So here's the thing. So this is like for football purists, I'm saying.
Oh,
like this is gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be a great game. Everton versus Southampton. Who's gonna be able to stay up in the Prem? You know? Because Southampton's only big injuries that they're missing out on Livramento, because he has an ACL injury. He won't be back till January 2023.
Look.
Everton's missing Townsend, Godfrey, Calvert-Lewin, Pickford, Holgate, Patterson, and Mina.
I think I still lean towards Everton.
I don't know, man. I don't know these injuries.
That. Anthony Gordon, come on, man.
Oh my God.
Pickford's not goal, but you still have Connor Cody and Tarkowski though cover.
I'm pretty sure
but Patterson's a big miss.
Southampton's also missing some key players.
Well, no, they're only missing Livramento. Everyone else.
And what about Lavia? Is Lavia back?
No, Lavia's injured, but I wouldn't consider him that key though. I think he's good, but when you talk about like a key player, I would call. DCL or Pickford a key player. Right, Lavia's like a new up and coming player in that team. He hasn't solidified himself yet as like the guy.
Yeah,
because you still have players like a Rebo and stuff like that. You know.
I'm leaning towards Everton.
I mean, Everton. If Ben Davies plays that game, we're gonna. I hate him.
You like Ben Davies, bro?
I don't like him.
You know what's weird? I actually have Armstrong in my FPL team.
You have Adam Armstrong.
I saw his fixtures coming. I thought he had like at least get one goal in, at least one goal. But I'm taking him out this week. If he doesn't score against Everton, he's out. He's out regardless.
He's out regardless.
You guys both have Haaland in your team, right?
Yes.
I had to switch to Haaland.
I had to switch. I had Kane.
I messed up. So this past week when it was like all the like postponements and stuff. Yeah. The weekend, I was like, oh, should I get Son or should I just stick with Haaland? I was like, oh, you know what? I'll leave Son. It's fine. If you triple captain Son for your FPL, kudos to you. The man got like 60 points. Like insane, bro. Comes off the bench, 3 goals.
I took the free hit.
Free hit must be nice. I used my first week.
It was very nice.
I used my first week.
No, yeah. Your first week?
I had to because I got some injuries out of nowhere that I was not expecting.
No, yeah. Definitely had a nice, had Haaland, Kane, De Bruyne, Cancelo all in the same team with that free hit. I was like,
Now, this is the game I'm afraid to talk about. The Manchester Derby. Man City versus Man United. Now, United's been on the upswing. but they've played way less games than City.
Yeah.
They've played actually only one game less. City only had one game postponed. But here's the issue. You have Erling Haaland on fire. You have a United team that will only play well unless Ronaldo's not starting. So then what do?
Is Rashford injured? Or is he...
Martial, Brandon Williams, Donny van de Beek, Palestri, Maguire, Rashford, Dubravka injured.
Rashford out.
But then you're going to have an Anthony, Jadon Sancho, and Alenga or Ronaldo. Which is crazy to say. Alenga or Ronaldo. You know? Usually, like, Ronaldo's a guaranteed in that team sheet.
I just think Ronaldo needs this game. He needs this game. I think he needs this game. If he wants to come back into the squad, he needs this game.
But the thing about Ronaldo is that, like, I've explained this so many times. Ronaldo, he's bigger than any other club in the world. He's bigger than the sport of football at this point.
Yeah.
When it comes to being a Manchester United player, the only reason why United will perform so well is because United's always been a team about everyone playing for the club, not playing for a player. So, like, when it was just everyone playing for Ronaldo, you realize why the performances went down so much. And why the performances went up as soon as everyone started playing for the team. So that's why it's like, do you take the risk and trust your youth player in Anthony Elanga to do really well and have Anthony and Sancho just being a menace? Or do you have to be like, yo, Ronaldo, it's your time to step up, play how I want you to play, or else you're out?
I just think they need Ronaldo. They need that. I don't know. They just need that presence as of now.
But here's my question: does Casemiro start this game? Because you've had the midfield three of Eriksen, Fernandez, and McTominay do so well. It's like, do you take out McTominay or do you?
They need Casemiro for this game.
They need Casemiro, but it's again like if it's not broke, why fix it? So now you're worried about like if you switch it up the wrong way, like how much is it going to affect you?
I just think United needs to make some risks for this game because as of right now, Man City is just a team that's on fire right now. And you need to find a way to stop Haaland. There's just and I think Casemiro is just a man. I don't know.
Do you think you would have? Do you think like so you're gonna have Lissandro and Varane in the middle, Malacia and Diogo Dolo? Yeah. Do you just have Casemiro in the game, but you have him just man mark Haaland?
Definitely. Definitely.
Like, do you because that's what you back in the day when it was Ander Herrera and Hazard, you'd have Ander Herrera mark up Hazard all the time at Chelsea.
Oh yeah.
So is this sort of like the same thing? Like take out the most dangerous player?
No, yeah. I think that's what it comes to right now. Casemiro just.
But then if you have Casemiro all over Haaland, then it's like there's space to be created for Foden, for De Bruyne, for Bernardo Silva, for Mahrez.
I think it's just a risk. You have to take that risk. As of the form, as of right now, as Haaland is going through, there needs to be someone on Haaland.
I will say the defense it's at its weakest right now with Stones and Laporte out.
Yeah.
So all they have is Ruben Dias, João Cancelo,
and Akanji.
Ake, yeah, but
no, the defense is very weak. That's what I'm saying. They need to take the risk.
Like Akanji's good. I'd be worried about Nathan Ake. And you're going to just get a lot of cover from Kyle Walker and João Cancelo.
Oh, yeah. For me, up top right there is going to be Ronaldo, Anthony, and Sancho.
I'm not calling this game. Because I have bad luck.
No, you do?
Anytime I root for United, we do poorly. Anytime I'm like, oh, United's garbage, we do great. So I'm just not going to say anything. I've made the information available for all of you.
No, yeah.
You can make your own choice. I am not saying anything.
Yeah,
I am staying.
I think it comes to the same like platform as like Arsenal and Tottenham. You can't really call it. It's gonna happen. You gotta see it play out.
Oh man!
Good games.
Good game.
Yeah.
9 a.m. What do you guys? You do have. Here's a. You two have to call it. I don't have to. You two have to.
What is this?
The City is gonna win that game. I think City's gonna win.
Okay.
It's gonna be a close one. I think it's gonna be very close.
For now, I'm leaning towards City.
You're leaning towards City. Okay.
But
I can see it being like a.
I could see United winning though.
Usually we have two more games. We have the Leeds versus Aston Villa, and then we have Leicester versus Nottingham Forest.
Leeds Aston Villa. That's a good game.
I think I'm just Leeds right now.
I'm gonna give you the injury list. So Leeds is missing out on Firpo, Christensen, Rodrigo, and Stuart Dallas. Aston Villa is missing out on Alvin Kamara, what's Carlos's first name?
Oh, Diego Carlos,
Bednarek, Digne, and Matty Cash. So they're missing a lot of defensive cover.
No, yeah, but I don't know. We have up top Watkins, Bailey.
So for the front line, they have Danny Ings, Ollie Watkins, Leon Bailey. They also have Emiliano Buendia. They have Jacob Ramsey.
I'm looking towards a draw right here, but maybe more towards Aston Villa.
I don't know because they have the man, the myth himself, John McGinn. You know,
Yeah.
what a class player. But also, I think Coutinho could possibly pop off in this game.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Leeds, it's just Brendan Harrison, and then Jack Harrison as well. Who else? Oh, Sinistera. We gotta talk about him.
Sinistera has been class too.
Have you
though.
seen him against Colombia? I saw him against Colombia. Say, oh my god, that's my man right there. Nah, a guy. It's very, very even game right here.
100%.
But
Because
it depends who wants to show out, I guess.
the front line right now, you have Bamford's finally back from injury. Let's just be surprised about that.
Yeah.
So you'll have Bamford, Sinistera, and Jack Harrison starting.
That's good.
Behind them, you'll have Brendan Harrison, Tyler Adams, and I think this might be a game that Matthias Klitsch will go off.
Maybe.
And then the back line's what I'm a little worried about.
What do you have?
Because usually I would trust having a Christensen there, the right back, and then have like a Stuart Dallas play out of position, play left back. But Firpo, Christensen, and Dallas are injured.
Is Lorente?
Yeah, Dio Lorente, but he's...
What about Roca?
Yeah, Mark Roca... No, he isn't. He's not. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, Roca in the midfield, though. He's not a defender.
He could defend.
He could, but that'd be a waste of his talent.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's difficult. I'm looking for a tie. Tie.
I think just because Aston Villa have a better defense, I might call it for a Villa win. But then again, you know... USA!
It could go anyway.
Jesse Marsh.
I could go anyway, definitely.
And then our last game is Leicester versus Nottingham Forest.
That's a.
I mean,
Said it once. I'm going to say it again, bro. Jay Lings with the goal. I'm calling it now.
Jay Lings with the goal. That's crazy. I don't know. I actually like Nottingham Forest. They have the. I don't know.
The crazy thing for Nottingham Forest, like they've made like 19 signings,
Yeah.
but about most of the signings they've made are injured already. So Emmanuel Dennis is injured, Gibbs White is injured, Niakate is injured, Richards is injured, Mangala is injured, and McKenna's
That's
injured.
insane. What the?
But then Leicester is missing Ndidi, Daka, Pereira, Bertrand.
It's the mid-off. Nah, I'm joking. I mean, I don't know. I actually I don't know. It's just Leicester's just defense, but their attack is good. That's the thing.
Yeah, but their defense is horrendous without Johnny Evans.
3-3.
3-3.
Right there.
No, I'm
be
calling
a
it
0-0.
8-7. We're taking the charity match score line. Speed's going to make a guest appearance. Maybe score a goal, not be offsides.
No, yeah. That's difficult. But I think I'm leaning towards more Leicester, I guess, right now. Because just their attack.
I can see that game ending like 1-1 or like a
No.
0-0. I don't. All right. Like it's gonna. I feel like it's not gonna be.
I see
great
ending with
game.
like a lot of goals because their defense is really bad, but their attack is just. their
I
attacks are good.
think I think that because Steve Cooper's a better manager, it might go towards Forrest's like way.
It could go either way. Yeah, definitely either way.
100%. So guys, we're nearing the end of the show. Any last comments before we get back on?
Oh, no last comments. We're good here.
They were
Good here.
Yeah.
Guys, you've been listening top of the hour on WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is Match Week. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. I'll see you next time.